Hey guys, how is everybody doing? It's KZ Fox here. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a couple months since I uploaded any AoV content for you guys, and I thought I need to explain to you of what is going on in the current state of the game, current state of the competitive scene in Western region since our participation in the last Arena World Cup AWC happened in Vietnam in August. If you missed that, you're welcome to go back and watch that. It was pretty good. I think Western region finally reached a place that finally proved that they are just as good as other regions or at the time. So I thought it was a pretty good AWC for us, for the BM Gaming to represent the Western region in that World Cup. So the current state of the competitive scene in Western region is pretty like over. It's pretty dead. Uh, the reason being that since we had Valor Series 1, 2, 3, all 3 seasons, and the Valor Series is pretty much over, there will be no new season happening in the future, or at least in the near future. There's no near plan, a current plan for that. So without a new season, that means if the international tournament or in a World Cup happens in Asia, in any Asian country, there will be no spot. If they have a spot for Western region, this time it would just be selected. No one will be competing for anything. They'll just select a team to go represent the Western region for that AoV World Cup or International Championship. So right now, this game in Western region is pretty much just like any other multiplayer game, just like Mobile Legend, just like Vainglory, but with a much smaller player base. Having a much smaller player base means that we have a longer queue time, and it's pretty hard to find a similar level of skill. Pretty hard to find players with a similar level of skills. So the game is it's okay to play, but it's not as enjoyable as it was for me anymore, because there is no goal for me to work towards. Before, I can just practice and get better at the game, and I can compete at a LAN at on a stage. But right now there will be no tournament happening, so right now it's pretty pointless for me to play a game unless I want to have fun, just like the rest of the player base or most of the player base do. They just play the game and have fun, which is going to lead to my second point that I'm going to talk about. Is the current state of the game. Now, since the patch 3.0 hit, there's a lot of change in the mid lane. A lot of change happened to how mid hero, how much damage can mid mage do, and how mid mage can impact, what sort of impact mage can have on the game, which is something I don't really like, because if you missed my previous video, I talked about they have a secretly increased magic resist for every hero. That means every hero has a lot more room to work with when they play against a mage. Even in a one-on-one situation where you have two mage going on against each other, they just have a lot more room to work with, and lot more room for mistakes to be made. So that is something I don't really like. So that means just mid players having a smaller impact compared to what they can do before patch 3.0, which is definitely something I do not like. Right now it's like it's almost like the game punish you for playing too good. Now, this Tulen game was one of the first couple games I played when I came back to AoV, and if you have been a loyal subscriber of my channel, you would have known that I was a one-trick Tulen. Tulen this year was all I played during the last season, and I became pretty good at it. I guess the only way you become really good at anything is you play a lot of it, you do a lot of that thing, and then you just get better and better at it. So last season I was pretty much like Tulen, and in the last season Tulen was a very strong hero as well. They didn't nerf his passive damage, they didn't nerf his S1 first skill damage. So he was doing a lot more damage than he is currently doing, even though they didn't buff his ultimate, but ultimate still does the same thing. If you can get a kill on some target, it can reset its cooldown. It's not like how it's working right now. It's a lot more forgiving after they changed to the current description of his ult. But like I was saying, he was just doing, Tulen was having a lot impact in a game, where if he can just get a couple kills early on, he can just farm people, he can farm kills throughout the whole game. You know, he can carry a team on his back by himself. He can pretty much 1v5 if the enemy team is bad enough. But right now, I don't think he can do that. This was only a couple of games I played. Like I said, I did 40% damage, team damage in this game. But the thing is, I couldn't carry. I don't feel like I was doing 40% damage. I feel like every skill cast I use, everything I do, is pretty much just like pickling people. It definitely doesn't have that same feeling that you know, you're a mage, you're doing some nuking damage to somebody. Right now, I think if you want to win a team fight, the number of the number of teammates you have will outweigh the skill, your skill in this game. What I mean by that is, having two really good players will never win the fight against like 4 bad players. It's almost impossible. Having the number of heads is more important of a factor to win a fight right now in the current patch. So like I said, I did 40% team damage this game. I think my team was doing pretty bad. That could also be a reason, especially as jungler, he doesn't know where to gank. But I only got 5 kills, I think, in the end, and it definitely doesn't feel like I did 40% damage, because I just couldn't get any kills with my ultimate, even though casting ultimate is more forgiving. You used to get your reset if you can kill someone as long as your ultimate is on somebody. And I think that proves my point of saying, you know, mid players having a much smaller impact on the whole game right now. It's almost like all the players on your team have an equal participation, equal percentage of controlling where the game is going. That is something I do not like. You can't be a hero anymore. You have, even if you're a hero, you have to work with the rest of the people. Just think about it. If you're like a superhero, you have some superpower, but you still have to work with the police, or you still have to work with the, you know, the normal people, normal men to win the fight or to win the war. That's not really something that's really exciting to look forward to when you are a superhero. So that's too much talking from me, but I hope you guys get my point.
It is the space around.
Well, all that being said, I think AoV is still a pretty fun game to play right now. I prefer this game over the other mobile games, which I compared to Mobile Legends, compared to Valor, I think I like this game the best. Just on the graphics, on how the hero design, you know, skill design. I think I still like this one the best out of all other MOBA games you can play on your phone. So with all that being said, I think I will keep uploading AoV content on this channel, and if the rumor of having a League of Legends mobile is true, if that ever happens, you know, I will just jump right into a new game, League of Legends mobile. That is something that, you know, everybody is looking forward to. If it ever get released in North America, I think it will be very, very big. All the player from PC platform, they will just come over and try it out. If they have the experience of playing on PC, they will definitely just come over and try it out. It has a name in Western region, and I think if we have League of Legends Mobile, that will definitely be something that, you know, people from the whole world can compete in, because right now they already have the League of Legends, you know, international event, international competition. In order to make something last forever, you just have to make it go international, that make people from different countries to compete against each other. That is definitely one of the way to make it big. So if it ever happens, League of Legends Mobile will have the prerequisite condition to have that happen. So it would just become bigger than any other mobile MOBAs you can play. Definitely, it will be bigger than that. So my plan for this channel is just to keep uploading AoV content, and maybe a couple guide for you guys. I will switch my role. I was mainly uploading mid-mage gameplays before, but in the future I will try to play other roles as well. And in terms of how instructional or how helpful the video is, I think I would try to move my video towards more entertaining rather than just teaching you guys a bunch of stuff. I will keep sharing all the findings I found in this game, all the secret little description or little nerf or buff, a secret nerf or buff that happens in the game. I'll keep you guys updated on those, and then I'll just keep doing commentary if I could, and then keep you guys entertained when you are watching my gameplay. So that's definitely my plan if I do decide to upload more. So that is pretty much all I had planned for the near future of this channel. And if you're still watching this video and to the stage of the game we are making a turnaround in this whole game, because our Thane did a really beautiful ult to steal the Darkster away from them, and over here you can see that they're just trying to dive onto our backline, and I was able to survive, even though Zuko was pretty fat early on, killed our Omen several times, but eventually he just still a squishy assassin. He missed his skills, so pretty much we turn around the whole game with this current fight, and then we just take it up to their base and try to end it over there, which we did. And to this point of the game, I'm pretty sure he is doing most amount of damage to carry my team to victory, even though we're pretty behind early on. So that is pretty much it. That was all I was going to talk about in this video. And this was my first video coming back to AoV. I just thought it has to be a Tulen gameplay for you guys. This was my signature. I even used the Tulen avatar for my YouTube profile picture, if you guys have noticed that. So this was just the right time, the right game to upload for my first video coming back to AoV. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this gameplay, and I hope you understood all my explanation of why I was away for 2 months. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to keep following my channel in the future. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.